Why does it feel like a Jamaican dollar buys less and less every day? While unemployment is at a record low and debt levels are the best in decades, the cost of living tells a very different story. Let's uncover why your paycheck feels so small and what this could mean for Jamaica's next general elections. A tale of two realities. On one side, Jamaica boasts an economic turnaround that's nothing short of remarkable. The national debt, once a heavy yoke around our necks, has been slashed to 70% of GDP, the lowest in 25 years. Economic expansion. The island has had the longest period of economic growth in its independent history. 20 consecutive quarters of growth before the COVID-19 pandemic and 13 after the pandemic. Unemployment down to a historic 4.2%. Yet, despite these achievements, the average Jamaican struggles to keep up with skyrocketing expenses. Food prices up, utilities up, transportation also up. The gap between the numbers on paper and the reality in your wallet has left many Jamaicans asking, does economic growth really trickle down? Rising costs across the board. Take food prices, for example. Jamaica relies heavily on imported goods, making our grocery bills vulnerable to global market fluctuations. A 2024 survey revealed that 33% of Jamaicans went a full day without eating, not out of choice, but because they simply couldn't afford it. Add to that the rising cost of utilities, transportation, and housing, and you have a recipe for financial strain that's impossible to ignore. And it's not just food. Rent is becoming unaffordable for many, as many properties are priced in US dollars rather than Jamaican dollars, pushing low and middle-income families further away from home ownership. Even those who qualify for housing loans often find them inadequate to cover soaring prices. The average Jamaican's salary of $460 to $790 US per month just doesn't stretch far enough. Economic resilience versus personal struggle. Let's not ignore the progress. Prudent fiscal policies have kept inflation manageable and allowed the country to weather global shocks. Yet job quality remains an issue. Around half of all non-agricultural jobs are informal. This means that even with employment growth, many Jamaicans lack stability, benefits, and sufficient income to escape financial stress. The informal nature of these jobs often leaves workers without access to critical support like health insurance or pension plans, making them vulnerable to financial shocks. Additionally, while unemployment numbers look impressive, many Jamaicans are underemployed, working multiple jobs to make ends meet. The reliance on low productivity sectors like tourism further compounds this struggle. These industries, while vital, often offer seasonal work and limited upward mobility. Moreover, the inflation rate, although under control, still outpaces wage growth for many. This creates a silent crisis where Jamaicans are employed but perpetually struggling. The perception of economic stability fades quickly when families face daily choices between paying for electricity or buying enough food. It's a bitter irony, a nation celebrating economic resilience while its people endure personal hardship. What does this mean for the elections? As Jamaica heads toward its next general elections, constitutionally due by September 2025, one thing is clear. The party that addresses these cost of living challenges most convincingly will have a significant edge. For Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his administration, the narrative of economic stewardship is strong, but it must be matched by tangible relief for everyday Jamaicans. The opposition's opportunity lies in offering innovative, actionable solutions to ease this burden. We are midway through this video. If you find value in unpacking the issues that shape our nation, please subscribe to our channel for more content. Together, we can explore stories that matter. Challenges to overcome. Number 1. Youth unemployment. While the overall unemployment rate is low, youth unemployment remains in double digits at 13.8%. Many young Jamaicans can't find stable jobs, forcing families to stretch already tight budgets. For example, a survey in 2023 revealed that a significant proportion of unemployed youth were either undereducated or lacked access to vocational training programs, highlighting a need for more government-supported educational initiatives, which the Wholeness government has already started. Number 2. Healthcare costs. Access to quality healthcare is another hurdle. Public services are affordable, but often lack resources. Meanwhile, private healthcare remains out of reach for most Jamaicans. Recent data showed that 60% of Jamaicans rely on public health facilities that are frequently understaffed, resulting in long wait times and limited access to specialized care. Number 3. Debt dependence. Many households turn to high-interest loans to cover basic needs, creating a cycle of debt that's hard to escape. For instance, a 2024 report indicated that 40% of households in lower income brackets spent more than 50% of their income servicing debts, leaving little room for savings or emergencies. The stakes are high. The stakes for the 2025 elections couldn't be higher. With tourism rebounding and mining driving some economic growth, Jamaica has opportunities to expand. However, issues like climate vulnerability and limited economic diversification still hold us back. In 2024 alone, Hurricane Beryl caused over $32 billion in damages, disrupting agriculture, utilities, and tourism. This is a stark reminder that external shocks can quickly derail progress without robust policies. The road ahead. Jamaica's leaders have a choice: continue policies that prioritize macroeconomic indicators or focus on real-world solutions for everyday struggles. Both are a must, however. Will we see wage increases that match inflation? Will there be investments in affordable housing and public health care? Will we see real, tangible strategies to crush crime and violence? The answers to these questions will likely determine who sits in Jamaica House after the next elections. To tackle these challenges, policymakers could consider implementing targeted subsidies for essential goods and services to ease the immediate cost of living pressures. Increasing the minimum wage in line with inflation would provide relief to low-income workers, while introducing tax incentives for small businesses could spur job creation and economic diversification. Investments in public transportation infrastructure could reduce commuting costs, especially for rural Jamaicans, who often pay disproportionately high fares. Expanding access to affordable health care by increasing funding for public hospitals and clinics could alleviate one of the most pressing financial burdens on households. Strengthening social safety nets, such as food assistance programs, would help the most vulnerable cope with rising prices. The Andrew Holness government has outlined plans and has already started many initiatives to ease the economic pressures on Jamaicans, especially those in lower income brackets. Encouraging innovation and digital transformation through government-sponsored initiatives could diversify the economy beyond tourism and mining, creating high-quality, sustainable jobs. By prioritizing these actionable steps, Jamaica's leaders can address the cost of living crisis and lay a stronger foundation for long-term economic resilience. For now, the cost of living is not just a burden, it's a defining issue that will shape the future of our nation. If you agree, let us know in the comments. You have a voice. What solutions do you think could work best for Jamaica? Remember to subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions on Jamaica's pressing issues. Hit the like button, share this video, and watch another on this channel. Together, we can explore the path forward for a better Jamaica.